Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. So Tyler Denny retains his English middleweight title against Bradley Rea. Unanimous decision. Two of the judges had it close, 95-94. One had 97-92. I had it, where did I have it? 96-92. Yeah. And there were a couple of points here and there that were off. We'll get to that later. But the point is that this was a very good matchup, and actually turned out to be a very good fight with some real drama in it, especially towards the end. Bradley Rea came in 14-0, very good record, and huge for the weight. I mean, he's 24 years old. There's no way he's going to be a middleweight all his career because he's just massive. I don't know what his height is, but Tyler Denny's listed at 5'10", and Rea looked about 3 inches taller than him and a weight division bigger. But, of course, if you've seen Bradley Rea fight before, you'll know he can fight small. He likes to get down low and maybe get involved a bit. He had that fantastic win against Jez Smith, which was an 8-round points win over Smith. And Smith, I think, was down early from a body punch in the first round, but came back well, and it was a really exciting fight. Since then, Bradley sort of, he's had I think his last fight, I can't remember the name of the opponent, but it was a journeyman tick over fight, and then prior to that he beat a guy with a decent record over points. So he likes to get involved, and Bradley 14 wins and only 5 knockouts. So he's not really a puncher, but he doesn't use his physical attributes as well as he should. Now he does stand very upright, and when you consider that Tyler Denny, he's an orthodox by the way, and Tyler Denny, 31 years old, a southpaw, likes to fire those big winging overhand punches, and marauding sort of fighter, likes to sort of get in close, maul you, wrestle with you a little bit if he has to. He did say in the post-fight that his 2 fights with River Wilson bent. He felt he was too raw. He needs to refine his style a bit, pick his punches a bit better, keep the pressure on because that's his natural style, pressure fighter, but get in close and, maybe not have quite so much frenetic energy, maybe a little bit more thought going into it. Because the 2 fights with River Wilson bent, when he won the title, English title, there was a technical draw over 7. That was in 2021. And then earlier this year, he scored a split decision. But I think, despite the fact he was saying that, well, they were 2 fights that were, I was a bit too crude, a bit too rugged. I think they have made him a battle-hardened fighter. And I think he needed that in this fight against Brad Rea, because the first round I'll give to Brad Rea on a little bit of boxing, not much in it at all. And then Tyler Denny went straight on a great long streak of successful rounds where I couldn't give Rea, I think I gave him 1 round over the next 7 maybe. And clearly Rea was not throwing enough punches, despite the fact he was the taller man and the longer dimensions. Tyler Denny was the one controlling the geography, the range, and there were some serious punches landed from Denny. It was very interesting actually in the second round, very interesting, because there were a couple of very good punches, very good right hands landed from Rea, and then there was a low punch, and the referee stopped the fight, and gave Denny a chance to recover, and then he came back and probably won the round. Just started, really putting it on Rea. And like I say, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe one of those rounds you could give to Rea. But it was all Denny. And then in the 9th round, Rea almost turned it round permanently with a single left hook under the arm to the body. I think it landed on the floating rib, and he was in serious trouble, Denny, serious trouble. He did not go down, to his credit, but he grabbed and held. He was almost hanging on to Rea's waist. Rea was trying to shake him off. And then the referee stepped in, separated them. Why did he do that, though? I think he wanted to admonish Denny for holding, and Rea was probably thinking, no, I don't care about that, just let me at him. And he basically beat Denny. Was under the cosh. Rea beat him from pillar to post for the rest of the round, and I gave that as a 10-8. Even though Denny didn't hit the floor, because Denny was doing nothing other than trying to desperately hold. That was in the 9th round. Don't forget, this is only a 10 round, not a 12 rounder. So obviously, still behind on points. In the 12th round, Ray had to just put it on him, pour all over him, the old proverbial sauce over spaghetti. And he didn't do that. He was he was looking for his punches too much, being outboxed, out-jabbed by the much smaller man. It was really surprising. Too upright, being way too conservative with his punches. He just wasn't letting it hang. He wasn't taking risks. And Denny got on his bike, jabbed very well, landed a few punches, moved an awful lot, as you can understand, because he was probably still hurting badly from that body punch. And in fact, there were 2 body punches in the ninth that really did hurt Denny. And for him not to hit the floor was exceptional. This is a fighting man we're talking here. And he saw out the fight in the final round. He saw that final round. He saw the fight out and won a unanimous decision. So in a sense, he kind of got out of jail. But Brad Ray is going to look back at this. Number one, he's going to think, why didn't I pour more on? Why didn't I do more early on? He was being outboxed by a guy with smaller dimensions. But don't forget, Denny himself has 2 defeats on his record. Linus Adofia beat him on a majority decision back in 2019. And he got stopped by Reece Cartwright back in 2018. So this is a guy who's come back well. That was actually, the Cartwright fight was an English middleweight, for a vacant English middleweight title fight. So he's had setbacks, and he's come back. And with the 2 fights, like I say, with River Wilson Bent, he's become battle-hardened, and he's a real fighting man. And massive respect to him. You know, he's really, this is a real entertaining fighter to watch. Brad Ray, you know, he can come again. He's 24 years old. This is not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. He's got to take this experience, look at what he did wrong, and he was being read the riot act in his corner quite a bit, understandably so. But he can come back. He can come back. He's not a bad fighter. But yeah, good little fight. This good little tussle. 10-rounder. I do like these domestic 10-rounders. I think they're good. Sometimes I wish that the English titles, maybe even the area titles, were 12 rounds and not 10. But you know, I'm nitpicking. Anyway, what did you think? Did you see the fight? What did you think of the fight? I'm going to guess and say that you thought Tyler won it. What do you think? Where do you think he should go next? He's 31. He hasn't got as much time as Brad, who's only 24. British title, I suppose. As for Brad Ray, regroup maybe. Let me know what you think. You know, leave your comments below. Thanks for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, you could subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. We've got more to come today. In the meantime, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.